We're now going to use the extract tool to extract this image from the background. This is an image from AbleStock, and what we're going to do is extract this woman and keep the soft edges around her hair. So let's go to Filter, Extract. Now this is basically a two-part process. The first part, we use the highlighter tool, and we're going to make a selection around the edges. So we'll start at the bottom. Let me move this tool up a little bit so you can see the window. Alright, we're going to start here and begin to draw a highlight with half of it on the inside and half of it on the outside. Now if you hold down the Control key or the Command key on the Mac, something is going to happen when you draw your selection. Notice that the line is much thinner. It's now using edge detection. It's called Smart Highlighting. And as long as you hold down the Control key or the Command key on the Mac, the Smart Highlighting will be in action. This is good for sharply defined edges, such as what we're working on right now. And we'll stop right there. Now let's go on the other side. Hold down the Control, and we'll do the Smart Highlighting again. We're tracing those edges because the thinner the edge, the sharper the transition. Now when we go around the hair, we want to use a larger brush. So use the left and the right. Right now I'm hitting the right bracket key on the keyboard to increase the size of the brush, or you can change the brush size up here. Let's make it a little bit bigger. And now we're just going to click and drag around the edges of the hair, making sure that we capture all those hairs and make sure that the brush stays in the hair and on the background at the same time. You don't want the brush to fall out of this region. Just click and drag a little bit more, just being careful. What we're doing right now is we're defining the transition area. And then Photoshop is going to use its technology to know which parts of the image are going to stay and which parts are going to go. Well, right now we have to tell Photoshop which part we want to keep. So we choose the Fill tool and click. We're now telling Photoshop we want to keep everything in this blue area. We want to lose all this background and then get the best transition around this green area. So we'll click the preview button to see how it's looking. And that's looking pretty good. As you can see up here, there's a couple of little areas where the hair has been erased where it shouldn't be. What we're going to do is grab the cleanup tool here. And if we hold down the Alt or the Option key, this will paint back the pixels that have been erased. If we just use it on its own, it would erase. See, it's going to erase the hair. So that will actually remove the areas from the extraction from the background. This way, right now, holding down the Option key, we're painting back in the areas. Alright, and when we're happy with that, there's just a little bit more up here we want to clean up. And we went a little bit over, so just take your finger off the Alt key and just drag down there to clean it up. Click OK to apply it. And there's our extraction. It's looking pretty good. Like, look at the hair here. This is a really, really good extraction. It's very clean around the edges. But over here, we've extracted a little bit of the hair that we didn't want to extract. We can quickly fix that. Grab a hold of the history brush. Now choose the history palette. There's the extraction. We want to go to the state before the extraction, move to the left, and click. Now we're going to be painting with this state right here. So move the brush over that area and click, and just paint back in that here. And a little bit more up here. And there we go. That's how we extract an image using the extract tool. This is an excellent tool to use for areas that have soft edges like hair and fur,